Hey kids, do you like to dance? And do you like to discovering things? Anyways, today this video, we're going to be looking over the history of Nigeria. Not the whole history, but from 1900s to till today. Let's go on with it. So slideshow. Alright. Nigerians independence. So let's just get this out of the way first. The name Nigeria comes from the river Niger, which is the third largest river in Africa, nearly 4,180 kilometers long, 26,000 miles. The country Nigeria is also has over 500 ethnic groups, and that is why today is still an unstable country. So you guys see, in the north you have all the Muslims, right, and then the Christians in the south. And Christians and Muslims, they don't get along. It's not like America when you can make a Christian can make friends with Muslim and other vice versa, other way around, whatever. So, not like that. When the British came to Nigeria, they brought Christians. So the British was the main reason Christians were came to not Africa. Like, okay, so the European empires, all the European empires brought some kind of Christianity over to Africa, right? Yeah, and but there were kingdoms in the north which were more Islam, like predominantly Islam. But even through all this diversity, chaos, and everything the British and all those other kingdoms have done, Nigeria is one of few countries with peaceful independence. So in 1914, the area was united as a colony and protectorate of Nigeria. So now we're going inside the deep history, like just the history, like they're not like, you know what? Let me just read it. Administratively, Nigeria's state split into the northern and southern provinces and the Lagos colony. Western education and the effect of a current economy moved more rapidly in the south than in the north. That's because the British had colonized America. I'm just thinking that Western education affected the South more because you see, the United States was colonized by Britain. So the United States. So when the United States got freedom, the Britain Britain came to Africa. A lot of European countries came here, not here, but in Africa, came to America. A lot of Europeans came to America for slaves. So then America was like, oh, let's go and buy some slaves from West Africa. So so basically they got slaves from like this coastline of Africa. Like, they wouldn't journey inside deep in Africa. They wouldn't have done that for slaves. So they just took from the south. So that's why the Western education from America was more had a bigger effect in the south than in the north. And yeah, so thanks slavery, I guess. Following World War II, in reaction to development of Nigerian nationalism and request for sovereignty, successive constitutions, legislative by British rule, drove Nigeria towards a self-government on a representative and increasingly national origin. On October on first of October 1954, the colonies evolved into a liberated federation. So that's all I have for today, but I'll be adding more. But I'll come back with more when I find more information about this. I was asking my dad about this topic a long time ago, like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So I asked my dad if that how did Nigeria gain independence? My dad said that Nigeria had like independence movements, and then the British gave them independence. So at first I thought it was like a revolution, like Nigeria just fought. But turns out Nigeria had a peaceful one. As like was said earlier. Like was like I said earlier, Nigeria was one of few countries with peaceful independence. So anyways, add on I'll add on later. This is day one of my History Day project because back in school I'm doing a project. So I'll just post this part on YouTube, and I'll also be using it for my History Day project. So anyway, you can join me as I make my History Day project. And if you're from Nigeria like me, and if you know a lot about Nigeria and how they gained independence, please feel free to comment about that. Anyways, peace out. Have a good day. Yeah, have a good day. Actually, we have to stop